Hello, Deep Mindfulness Collective. This right here, right now, is the joy of being live stream, coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. Folks, very glad to be here with you. As always, what's happening? What's going on? Where you at? Oof. What are you grateful for? Folks, what's new? What's going on? Beep, 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 is today we're going to meditate. It would be funny if I started the meditation right now, just to mess with everybody, since we usually start in a couple minutes. But I wouldn't do that to you, would I? Okay, folks, hit me. Where are you at? What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for, basically, I get to eat something tasty every single day. Someone once pointed out that it's amazing that all the functions that we have to do every single day are effectively very pleasurable. If you just think about the things we need to do, just bodily things, they're almost universally very pleasurable. That was actually their argument for why there is a God, but it's also an equally persuasive argument for why there is not a God. Sinelf, welcome from Atlanta. Meditation support online, like you. Aw, thanks for that. I'm glad you're grateful for that. This is Nate coming to you. Hey, thank you. In college, they would call me, that was a temporary nickname. It was not a very common nickname, but that did come up a few times. Also, Jay Nice was the other one I thought was cute. Okay, so grateful for memory of my dad who passed away a week ago at 71. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad you brought up his memory as well. I'm glad we got to hear that. Also, if you don't know already, dates are announced, and I've already ordered my tickets. So if you don't already know, that's happening. Cat Letterbox, Zurich, Switzerland, grateful for swimming pools. If only. I have a craving to have a local swimming pool, but no such luck. New York, it's like for the real estate itself, just anything that size is already like extremely, high demand. And then if you add on to that the fact that, swimming pool, if you add on to that the fact that, a lot of people want to swim, it's like the lanes are super crowded. So I'm grateful that you have a swimming pool. I'm glad that is a part of your life. What else? What else is happening? What's going on? Where are people at? What are you grateful for? What's new? What's the haps? It's funny. Let me just refresh this page. So, folks, let's see here. Okay, so my stream is showing me that there are 2 viewers here, which is usually not the case because we have several people here. Aaron from Indiana, happy and grateful for making new friends. Sorry for that, Nate. Yeah, but glad you have good memories. Yeah, glad you're here and glad you're sharing those memories with us, especially. What is it called? A sorrow shared is a sorrow halved. Hopefully that is serving true. Hello, Dave. Welcome. Good to see you. Everyone's popping in today. So, today we're going to be exploring the theme of Lithuania. We're going to meditate on Lithuania as a particular sense object. No, we're going to actually be exploring emptiness. I wanted to do a meditation on that topic today. Grateful for discovery of meditation. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it amazing that human beings figure this out and have honed it so incredibly over the course of millennia? Thank you, forebearers, for organizing reality in this beautiful way. So we're going to be exploring emptiness, and I think we're going to explore emptiness of seeing. Maybe we'll go through our senses and see emptiness of each of our senses. Maybe that would be a nice way to do it. Yeah, maybe that would be fun. That could be really fun. Great, let's do that. Let's welcome all of our senses to into emptiness. In other words, a short version, if you want just a little primer here, is going to be we're going to welcome any sense experience to the whole, to the totality. So we'll notice sense experience and then allow it to be within the whole. Notice its experience, allow it to be within the whole. Okay. Okay, I know I'm going to do it. Fantastic. So folks, find that nice comfortable position that you can maintain for the duration of the sit. I'm going to encourage you to arrange your body well, arrange your knees lower than your hips. I think I'm going to raise up this place where I'm sitting, because I always have to sit in a weird way, and it would take a good chunk of work. It'd take a few hours. I have to build a little platform to raise up the thing that I'm sitting on, or I guess I could maybe. Well, could I? Anyway, I'm sure you guys want to see here while I problem solve my set. Okay, so folks, find that nice comfortable position. We're going to practice for 25 minutes. Decide now if you're going to stay for the whole thing, if you're going to stay for a teeny tiny piece. What is your plan? And if anyone is going to disappear partway through, I want you to know that right now it's highly likely that we are doing an in-person retreat on the West Coast, Nevada City, from the May 7th through the 16th. Is that right? 7 through 16 or 7 through 15? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 13, 14, 15. I think it's 16. I think it might be 16. I gotta check. So if we're doing it, we're doing it. It'll be lovely to have you there so soon. We'll have a payment system up very soon. So folks, let us find our comfortable meditation position. Let me cough into the microphone so that you get to hear that. Just kidding. Make sure to mute. Let me ask you guys a question for you. Can you easily hear a difference between, I'm going to turn the mic off and on, and I want to hear how much white noise of the room you can hear. Can you easily hear a difference between this, the mic on, and this? Mic on, and this. Can you hear that difference, and how loud is it for you? Because I have no idea. For me, the meter goes this far and it's constantly here with white noise, and so I always think it's like half the volume of my voice. Okay, let me know about that. Then we're going to meditate. There's a small difference. Okay, distinct difference. Great. Today we are going to start the meditation as soon as, but no sooner than, cat letterbox is ready. No difference. Couldn't tell the difference. Excellent. Good to hear. Big difference. Hopefully, Johanna Wise is joking. Okay, so once we get confirmation from cat letterbox, we'll begin the meditation. So get ready. Find that nice comfortable posture. Okay, let's begin. Beginning by taking a few comfortable deep breaths and just feeling the body rise and fall. Each time we begin a meditation, we begin with the momentum of all of the previous moments. And the way that we can affect this momentum is by attending to these precise sensations in this precise moment. So as we sweep through the body to be sure we're not holding any undue tension, noticing the sensations in relation to the whole. So as I relax the top of the head, the brow, the eyes, relaxing these sensations, but relaxing them into the totality of all experiencing. Relaxing the face, the back of the tongue, allowing the jaw to go slack. Relaxing the throat and the neck. Relaxing the shoulders, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and relaxing the hands. Letting go of any attempt to control the breath, letting the body breathe as it will. Noticing the natural tightening and relaxing of the upper chest and upper back as the breath comes and goes. Relaxing the belly and the lower back. Relaxing the hips and the upper legs, the knees and calves, and relaxing the feet. And then bringing awareness to the space of all of the body, the space that the body takes up. And as you relax the physical body, letting the space of the body mix with the space of all of our experiences. In other words, letting this section of our experience, this part, melt into the whole. As we find our way to the overall experiencing, all experience as one collective. Taking a moment to notice the welcoming nature of awareness itself. Notice that it doesn't need anything from us, it doesn't need us to meditate well. Doesn't need us to finish anything on our to-do list. While parts of us may need these things, the totality does not. So for this first part of the practice, we're going to connect with the sensations of the body and continuously welcome those to the whole. If it's possible to stay with the sensations of the body and the whole at the same time, that's wonderful. If not, we're going to oscillate back and forth. we can label any body sensation as feel. Labeling all experiences whole. So in this case, there are two labels, feel and whole. If when we feel the body, it's possible to feel the entire body, that's wonderful. If we only feel one part of the body, that's also wonderful. But putting a little effort into seeing if we can detect the totality of the body, labeling it feel, and then experiencing that within the totality of all sense data, all together. Eventually landing in a place where we can hold awareness open, spacious, and detect the sensations of the body at the same time. If we get to a place where we can feel the sensations of the body and everything together, we may notice that it feels like the sensations of the body are just everywhere. Everywhere and nowhere. As though we can move awareness through these sensations, move these sensations through awareness. And the two are barely distinguishable. This may or may not be available. If we get to a place where we can detect the body sensations everywhere, and we'd like a label for that, we can call that feel whole, referring to being able to detect body sensation in all of awareness. If we get drifted, pulled into distraction, that's fine. Just coming back. Feeling the body in relationship to the whole. We'd like to play it as a game, finding whatever level we're landing in this meditation, and playing a game where if we can stay with that continuously, we move forward in the game. If we drift away, we let's say, lose an imaginary point without getting too obsessed about the points. Just finding a way to motivate ourselves to stay continuously. Always with gentleness and kindness. Never harsh. And noticing if there's any emotion in the body as well. Any sense of enjoying or disliking or even non-emotion. All of this is important body data. Letting that be part of the whole. And now shifting to sound, to hearing, including mental audio. The sound of my voice, the sound of whatever environment you're in. And at first, we begin by listening to sound and then shifting to the whole. You can label that hear, and then whole. Noticing how unique and specific the experience of hearing is. And then letting that uniqueness melt into all experiencing. Letting awareness melt into hearing. Being sure to include the deep silence below all the hearing. A silence that can be heard in all of our sense experiences. Once more, if we can land in a place where we can detect hearing sensation in all experience. In the mind, we could call this here whole, or simply absorb ourselves into the experience. Hearing can lend itself to being heard everywhere, since it is often experienced as omnidirectional, even if we're including quiet. So letting the omnidirectionality of sound mix with the omnidirectionality of awareness. If possible, still knowing the quality of sound within this totality. This can seem tricky at first. It can feel like we're still dividing the world, but it's simply known, and it's known everywhere. And now shifting to the experience of seeing. If the eyes are closed, looking at the darkness of closed eyes. If the eyes are open, taking in all of the detail, nuance, as the eyes rest on a single point. And noticing our sense of space and location, arrangement. Our sense of all experience occurring on this XYZ axis. Things feel in front of us or behind us, above, below. It can feel as though experientially we're the center of the universe. So just attending to that, noticing that quality as the mind producing space, producing this part. And then attending to the whole, the totality. Letting the space of seeing merge with the space of the body, merge with the space of sound. if we notice just a section of our seeing experience, in the mind, we can label that see. Precisely these seeing sensations in precisely this moment. And if we can experience those within the totality, as having a relationship to the whole, it's wonderful. And if we can experience seeing data as though it was everywhere, all at once, in the mind we could label this see whole. This can be more challenging with external visual data, but it's still possible. Because it can seem as though our seeing experience is everywhere. Everything is located somewhere. Our sense of space itself is part of the seeing apparatus. This makes it very easy to mix with everything. Although when we do let seeing and everything mix, often our sense of arrangement breaks down. Sense of inside and outside, up and down, self and world. And staying with the practice, staying in stillness. If the eyes are closed, allowing a tiny bit of light to enter the eyes, eventually allowing them to rest on a single point as they fully open. Letting the spaciousness of seeing mix with the spaciousness of awareness. And in that way allowing this particular moment to be the great teacher. It shows us how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Okay. Allowing yourself to stretch. So letting me know what that experience was like, what happened, what you're like now. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Yes, what was that like? What happened? What do you like now? And we will go from there. Let me also open the Discord in case people want to ask questions using the old pie hole. And part of me wants to, anyway. Well, no, we decided not to do a voice chat because we wanted to do raised hands. Exit quietly. Meditation Q&A. There we go. Okay, folks, feel free to jump into the Discord if you so choose. What was that like? What happened? What do you like now? When there's pain in some part, it makes it harder to take awareness perspective. That is 100% correct. Thank you for that. That is an insight. So imagine how hard it would be to allow yourself to drift into everything if everything hurt a little bit frequently. Not that it always hurts all the time, but it's like little pieces of pain over and over and over and over again. Wouldn't that make a being that had that like experience, like little hits of pain over and over again, make them have this sort of you could say unaware or unconnected sort of version of that experience, and that would actually tend to make them feel very, I don't want to say stuck, but let's say like bound to that solid experience. Very hard to connect to that awake experience. Well, try not blinking for a minute, or try not breathing for a minute, or try not moving for an hour, or try anything at all, and you're going to be confronted with pain. And so that it's as though our experience is constantly getting us to get up and move and change and do things, etc., to enact and be in the world, which is good for survival, good for passing genetic material forward. But that same set of experiences is also makes it challenging to connect with transcendent material. Okay. Cat Letterbox says, it felt like a combination of the laser and the lantern. Excellent. Good job. Which was difficult as the laser would sometimes go elsewhere, and then when elsewhere than the requested area. Totally. That's just a normal concentration issue. That's great if you can get it to feel like the laser and the lantern simultaneously. That, in fact, is what we would call vipassana versus vipassana. Vipassana. Oh, we have one listener here. It is Aaron B. Aaron, your hand is raised. We're going to enter you into the chat. Last time you had some echoing issues, so what I'm going to recommend is that you mute the stream and you just listen to the Discord as I send you here into the chat. We're going to invite you to speak. Okay. Tell me when you are there and I can listen to you. Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I do. I hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think Dave got me finally lined out on how to use all this stuff last time. So thanks for that, Dave.
Yeah, thanks everyone for all that problem solving. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. That meditation, it really helped reinforce the idea of how much of a visual component there is with all my meditations.
Yep.
Just how much moving the awareness to narrow out to wide.
Mm-hmm.
How like my field of focus or the focal point behind my eyelids changes a lot with that.
Yep.
whether it's looking at the darkness or if there's an emitter, looking at that, there's like a different kind of depth to that, which I was kind of aware of before, but today's particular meditation, it really made that stand out a lot.
Excellent. Excellent. Anything else about that you either want to report or any questions?
I tried a couple of little experiments. It was, I forgot exactly what you were talking about. It was when you were talking about experiencing the body and awareness. How you could go back and forth between feelings of the body and then feelings of all of awareness, and how I just kind of tried to like visualize the visualization just really came. I didn't really try, but I could visualize my right foot, and I was able to move that instead of it appearing visually where my foot
there
actually was in space. Yeah, I like tried. I just kind of experimented. Well, what if I move that up to where my ear is, and I could actually kind of see that visualization move.
Exactly.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you can, more than the visualization, the sensation itself, if you can do that now, it's harder to do while you're interacting. I feel like I'm very used to it because I have to do it while I'm guiding the meditation. So like right now, if you can feel the sensations of the body or any particular sensation of the body sort of spread out as though it were sort of smeared across all of your experiencing, that's where we're starting to really use the horsepower of awareness to begin to sort of atomize our sense experience. So with the experience of the foot, to see if you can detect those sensations in more places. And you can, like, if you want to feel more sensation in the foot right now for the demonstration, just tighten the toes a little bit, just so you can feel that sensation, and then see if that's using awareness. You can let that be felt. Sometimes it'll feel like the head goes down to those sensations, like it's sort of you're wearing them, almost like a mask, and then sometimes it can feel like they're just everywhere. So is that available?
Yeah, it is.
Great.
And yeah, I still feel like I'm kind of concentrated on it enough where I can do that.
Great.
And the sensations of like the entire body kind of spreading out completely into awareness, I've been able to do that quite a bit.
Great.
I don't know, being able to maybe like Cat Letterbox was talking about the laser and the lantern, be able to do that with just one specific body part and move that around rather than feeling the body as a whole.
Yep.
Was maybe a little bit different and kind of unique, I guess.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's just I feel like it's a little bit heavier of a lift because the body has so much, and it can sort of but really what's happening is we're taking the specifics of some sense experience and letting those specifics be sort of non-centralized and letting them be experienced in all the sense data, like letting them be experienced everywhere. Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. And I also want to say that the kind awareness meditations I think that's really helped with that expansion, and
Great.
That, being able to feel the kind awareness, it kind of, I don't know, helps guide the sensations of the body outward into awareness.
Yep.
By being able to anchor myself.
Yep.
In that. So that was another aspect of it that it just feels like a lot of these components that you've been teaching that we've been doing here are kind of coming together to where I can use them as needed to get to get some new kind of experiences happening.
Excellent. Yeah. So it's experiencing the awareness itself as kind makes it much easier to be like, oh, I could hang out with you, I could be with you, I could even like melt into that, I could have this be a kind of home, and eventually realizing, well, I can't really experience things that aren't in some way part of my nature, and eventually realizing, oh wait, that is my nature, like the kind awareness actually is me. And that's usually a big leap for people, but for now we'll just leave it at, it's something powerful, but just connecting with that awareness and seeing it as kind experientially makes it much easier to surrender into.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what it feels like, and there's more work to be done there, I think. But yeah, it feels like it's really starting to come together, like you just said.
Wonderful, awesome, great. Well, I'm glad it's helpful. Glad you're here. Glad to hear your experience.
Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks for chatting.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to move you to the audience. So you should still be able to hear me, and you can, if you want to flip back to the live stream or just listen to me from Discord, that's fine. There'll be a little delay. But any other questions, comments, queries, challenges, or life concerns before we slide on off into the ether? Oh, I gotta always check my calendar because sometimes, some days I have to go. Nope, not that window. This window. I think I maybe have my camera fixed. It hasn't frozen today, has it? Let me know if you've seen it. It must not have frozen because I have not fixed it yet today. So it's possible I fixed it using. Oh no! Don't open that. Using some techniques that I watched the video about. It hasn't. Cha-ching. I did a bunch of stuff, so hopefully that changed it. I don't know. Find out. Who would have thunk it? The computer can work sometimes. All right. Any other questions, comments, queries, challenges, or life concerns? I really appreciate that folks are like referring to each other and asking for support and all that stuff. I feel like that's very sweet. I feel like the community itself is starting to communicate. And it's lovely as always. Okay, folks. Wonderful, wonderful to be here with you, to be able to hear about your practice and to practice with you. So let's listen to this outro music. Listen to that music popping along. And at this particular moment, take in any particular, whatever sense you're experiencing. Could be audio, could be visual. And let that experience be felt in the totality. Letting those mix, letting those come together, letting that totality be its own universe. I was guiding this meditation yesterday. This will be coming to the stream soon, but the mind tells us we're the center of the universe. Everything's happening to us. We're at the middle. So we can take that and use it to our advantage. Just pretend for a moment, yes, we are the center of the universe. Not in an egotistical way, but like in a sort of cosmic creation way. What if this is actually the creation of all of reality at this moment? This is a deity yoga technique. Usually we just do the technique we've already done, but letting this moment be created by us, through us, as us. And we start to realize this is actually the exact same practice we were just doing. So in this way, letting this particular moment be the great teacher that shows us how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Folks, we're going to be back here in fewer than 48 hours. Be here, or be an ear. Folks, as always, practice well, take care of each other, have fun, and we'll see you all very